and a state where you have no aham, that is deep sleep state. None of the three are there, neither jiva nor jagat or Ishvara. So, what is that? Sarva uttama ahammati shunyadishta. So, what is that greatest state, highest state of everyone? Is that one whose ego is completely gone. The egoless state, that egolessness is the ultimate state. From there, if you look at it, there are no duality or triple also. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara is not there. Then Satyam, then another thing, people, opinions are there. This world is real or unreal or jadam or inert or sentient. Then dukkham, sukham. This world is sukham or dukkham. All these debates are going on unnecessarily. Some people it is sukham. It all depends upon the circumstances. If the circumstances are good, they will say wonderful life. And circumstances are bad, then the same world is a problem. Same New Jersey, how many people are there? You ask them, what is this? I want to leave this place to go to Florida. Then Florida you go, it's too hot there. They will come back here. So like this, everywhere you go, there will be difference of opinion will be there. It all depends upon sukham va, dukkham va, all according to one's own mental condition. So there is no this vivada, unnecessary argument like this. Adrishtaloka nirham pratiti nishta vigalpa paramahileshta. Now, once you reach that state where no ego, these differences are only from the standpoint of ego. Once that ego is gone, kaha kam pashyati, who sees what? He's asking. The Upanishad is asking, who sees what? Nobody there to see, because in deep sleep, what is there to see? There is nobody to see. Experience, whether it's sukham or dukkham, or this jadam or ajadam, this kind of difference to make. Until that ego is present, all these differences are there. So, what is the state? In all schools of thought also, if you look at it, whether it is Christianity or Islam, or it is Hinduism, Bhakti Marga or Karma Marga or Jnana Marga, all these paths, what is the ultimate thing they say? Surrender, isn't it? In Christianity also, thy will alone done. And Muslim, of course, definitely it is Allah, nobody else. So it is all, finally, Bhakti also, total surrender to Bhagavan. Karma Yoga also, you have to offer everything to Bhagavan. And Jnana Marga ultimately says what? Surrender. You have to give up your ego, only then realization is possible. So what is the bottom line? Give up your ego. Now, this is a very big question. Why? Because this answer we know. What is the answer? Give up ego. Now, how to give up? Now, this was my problem, when I was listening to Gurudev. So, every time he says you give up your ego, surrender your ego, all these things he used to tell. One day I took the courage to ask him. Day after the morning work, and I took the courage to ask him, Swamiji, how to surrender? This was my problem. Then he looked at me and said, I see. Surrender is not an action. You are asking how to surrender. That means it is an action. It is not an action. It is an understanding, a knowledge, What is that knowledge? There is somebody above you. If this thought you keep, then ego will not play tricks. Somebody is looking over you. Somebody, there is a witness of every thought. There is a witness in you who is watching over you. Then what happens? Even a bad thought comes. You say, hey, Bhagavan is watching. So this thought you keep, that awareness will make slowly erase your ego. Distill your ego. This much we saw last time. Now continuing. Sarupa buddhir jagatishware cha Sarupa dhiratmani yavadasti Arupa atma yatikah prapashyet Sa drishtireka navadhirhi purna So, the way you look at the world and God is fundamentally depend upon the way you look at yourself. Everybody has got a concept of heaven and hell, isn't it? Now, if you ask a child, what do you think about heaven? You say, a lot of video games will be there. That is their heaven. So it is all depend upon how matured you are, how grown up you are mentally. That depend upon the idea of each one of us. We have the way you look at it. But therefore, if I do not change the way I look at myself. So Sarupa Buddhi Jagadishwarecha. As long as I have this thought that I am the body, then the concept of God also changes. Isn't it? Kleshodhikatarastesham avyakta sakta chedasam avyakta hi gadir dukkham dehavat bhiravapyate. Isn't it? 12th chapter. As long as this body consciousness is there, then Bhagavan also will have form. And think about without form, can you think about Bhagavan? So they say Nirguna Swarupa, etc. Etvaksharam anirdesham avyaktam paryubhasate sarvatra gamachintyam cha kudastham achalam dhruvam. All these 8 pointers are given there. Aksharam, avyaktam, unmanifest. Bhagavan's nature is unmanifest. Now, how do you think that? And unmanifest also, you have to think from the standpoint of manifest. Isn't it? Only opposite you can think. That also we conceive a form for that. The mind nature is that. Without a form, it cannot think. Without a name and form, just think. Will you try to, let me give you an example. Chachapuchak. Can you think? Tataputak. What is Tataputak? Gagabugang. Now can you think? Because you don't have a form. It's just only word, a sound created. It's just a sound created, mind is confused. What is that? Swamiji was okay so far, but I don't know what happened to him. That's what you think. So, this this form, without form, one cannot think. That's why Sarupa Bhakti is considered important, because our mind incapable of conceiving. If it is a concept, then it has a form. So the limitation of the mind. Therefore, Vigraha, Radhana, etc., people criticize, that is ignorance, sheer ignorance, because they don't know what. Okay, you give up Vigraha, Radhana. Now in South India, what is that, ADMK, DMK and all that, they refuse to have what we call Vigraha, Radhana, isn't it? Now what they put, their political leaders' form is there. They put worship, the arati and all that, they do all upacharas. Everything they do. Yeah. That is what they do. So otherwise what happens? Cinema taram. Will be there. What is that name? NTR. Somebody, people give, arati to him and all that. So cinema stars or somebody else, or something else will be there, aradhana. Now, even if Christianity also, they say there is no Vigraha, now at least they have one form. Cross is there, isn't it? Now Muslim also there is no Vigraha, but they have this crescent and the star there, isn't it? And green color. Now look at this green color situation. See, in desert area, you don't see any green. The whole country is desert. So they don't see anything green. So that's why they paint green to their house, at least they can see some green. That's the idea. Now our children, people who are staying in Indian, living in Arab countries, they used to visit our ashram. The children, they come, they go, they're so fascinated with our trees and plants, because they cannot see it. So that is the reason why they painted green color. Now in Kerala, it is such a lush country. There, their house also painted green. What is the point? That is how it is. Anyway, so as long as Sarupati Ratmani Yavadasti, Arupa Atma Etika Pravashyet. So, Nirgunam Brahma can never be understood with Deha Abhimana. Atmani Yavat Sarupati Asti. As long as one looks upon himself as an individual, and even when he comes to Vedanta, his aim is not to remove individuality, but to improve the individuality. Isn't that? How can I be a happier father, happier mother, or happier husband? Which is not possible. But the aim of Vedanta is to remove the fatherhood, motherhood, husbandhood. That is the aim. But Vedanta, why we are coming here? To improve our BMI. Our interaction with the world. These are all promised in the beginning to attract people to Vedanta. We promise all that. You will have a better life. If you are an engineer, you are a better engineer. You are a better doctor, a better person in life. This is how we are advertising. That is not the ultimate intention of Vedanta. Vedanta want to remove your brotherhood, fatherhood, motherhood, everything. Husbandhood also. Because these are finite. Tavat Sarupa Buddhihi Jagati. Sarupa Buddhi Jagati. So long you will continue to have Saguna Jagat, which is different from you, Ishwarecha, your notion of God also will be Saguna Ishwara only. Abhaye Bhayadarshinaha. You remember where we heard this? Mandukya. Abhaya, where there is no fear, we consider it is fearful. Isn't it? That's why they say God fearing. God is not something to be feared of, okay? It is your Surupa. But they consider God fearing. In other religion also, God's anger will dawn upon you. All that. Bhaye bhayadarshina, abhaye bhayadarshina. With regard to world and God, the saguna notion and mortality will continue. Fear cannot go away. To remove fear, Ishvara and Jagat should be seen as Ishvara Sat with Nama Rupa. What is that? This Sat Vastu, Ishvara as Sat. Sat means existence. Now this existence word is also have to be understood. We have to reflect upon it. Just meaning, English meaning, if you get it, you will existence. So what? No, it doesn't work that way. You have to reflect on it and make it your own. What is this existence, pure existence? But that's why he started with Satpratyaya Kinnu Vihaya Santam. So that word Sat is his emphasis all the time. What is that existence? We can think about it. Without existence principle, we cannot even have a thought. So everything is depending upon the world exists, I exist, you exist, and all the transaction in the world also exist because of that principle of existence. We are within that existence principle, therefore, we are not able to think beyond that. So, Nama Rupa with Nama Rupa, Jagat Sat with Nama Rupa, and Atma Arupaha. But what is the real nature of Atma? Arupaha, no form. That Arupa Atma has become Rupa Atma, isn't it? That one Lord has become many. One energy has become multiple matters. So one Tattva, I am that formless Atma. Iti yati kaschit prapashyet. Thus, if a person clearly sees that I am the formless consciousness, it should mean that, and it should be a fact for him. By Panchakosha Viveka, Avastatra Viveka, Guru Shastra Upadesha, Panchakosha Viveka we have done from Tattvabodha onwards, Viveka Chudamani, and in Taittiriya Upanishad also, Panchakosha Viveka. Don't ask me what is Panchakosha Viveka now. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, Koshaha. So, Sa Drishti Eka. Yadi iti yadi prapashyet. What prapashyet? Atma arupaha iti prapashyet. Atma is formless. Consciousness is formless. Iti prapashyet, he says. Thus one sees. Now, it is not seeing literally, please. Yeah. Formless, how can you see? But that fact of that formlessness is to be known, aware of. The vision will be one Advaita Darshanam of Jiva Darshan. Jagat Darshanam is equal to Ishvara Darshanam is equal to Sad Darshanam. So it is something like, suppose you are seeing the world. That looking at the world itself, you to start thinking how this world exists. So everything has got an immediate cause and ultimate cause, isn't it? Suppose you look at your own cloth. What is the immediate cause for the fabric that you are wearing? Cotton, let us say. Now that cotton has come from where? Cotton tree. Cotton tree has come from where? The earth. Where is earth? Earth is a globe with 7 continents and 7 seas. What is that? Rotating on its own axis and going round the moon, sun, sun at certain speed. And the whole thing is where? In the space. Now that space exists. Not only space, akasha means that which give avakasham. Avakasha means accommodation. That which accommodate is called akasha. Now this akasha, like our earth, there are so many globes are there. All of them are functioning beautifully without colliding each other. Each one, science may explain because of the gravitational force, etc. But then the question is, who put it there? So everything is functioning so beautifully and harmoniously. There must be some principle. You call it is God or whatever you call, it doesn't matter. So that, every vision, every object should ultimately lead you to that existence principle, Satvastu, Paramatma. So that is called Saddarshanam. You don't have to go to Himalayas and do meditation and all that. I'm not telling you don't go, but I'm saying it is only when you go to some place you will hear. But because that place has got that particular power, because of somebody did some tapas there, so you will have that power. But the same thing you can achieve here also because your thought pattern has to change. So that is the way how to. Anavati, each one will become limitless. So with this darshanam what happened? Anavati, each one will become limitless, infinite. Idagam sarvam yadayam atma purna. There's a statement in Pradharanya Upanishad. Idagam sarvam yadayam atma purna. Everything is, what is that? Depend upon that existence. That existence principle is in me. I myself is that existence principle. Now if I say I am the one giving existence to everything, not from the ego standpoint, from the standpoint of Paramatma. So that is why it will be the vision of Purnatvam, completeness. So Sarupa Buddhir Jagatishwarecha Sarupa Dhiratmani Yavadasti Arupa Atma Yatika Prapashe Sadrishtireka Navadharihi Purnam. I am with form and I want to see formless God. It is not possible. Continue. Yat panchakoshatmakamasti deham tadantara kim bhuvanam chakasti. Deham vina panchavidham tatetat pashyanti keva bhuvanam pananto. The very perception of Jagat and Ishvara is depending upon arrival of Ahankara. Ahankara comes into being when you identify with the Anatma. Now, in Vedanta, the interpretation of Ahankara is different. In all other systems of thought, Ahankara means pride, arrogance, egoistic person. That is not the meaning in Vedanta. Ahankara here means identification with our body, mind, intellect. That is called Ahankara. So, Jivasvarupa. So, Ahankara comes into being when you identify with Anatma. What is Anatma? You know. That which is not Atma. That is Anatma. Now, so, in this creation there are only two things. One is Atma, another is Anatma. Now, where is the fine line between them? That we have to decide, isn't it? What is the fine line? Now, from where Anatma starts, where Atma? This is the analysis of whole Vedanta. Now, if you say the world is Anatma, Anatma means inert. Okay. Now, your world starts from where? The tip of your nose or your stomach, wherever it is. Isn't it? No. Body also is part of the world. Why it is made of what? Panchakosha. Panchabhutas. Panchabhutas are there in our body. Isn't it? You are occupying space and you are breathing. Then water, actually water is removed. They have become small packet. Then Agni, temperature is there. It is maintained. That is why we are alive. Temperature gone, everything gone. Then minerals, calcium, phosphorus, etc. So all pancha. Here it is Panchakoshatmakam. He is going to tell that later. So, this identification with the body or the Panchakosha, Anatma, this Anatma, now we were telling where to start, where is the Anatma starts. The body is also part of the creation, therefore it is Anatma. That's why a dead body is no life. It's part of the world. Then if you say the mind is, Swamiji, that is sentient. No, mind also is inert. Why? You say, I know my mind. The moment you say, I know my mind, the mind become what? An object. Like I say, I know my buffalo. Means what? Buffalo is different from me, isn't it? So also, I know my mind. The mind is different from me. That's why I know it. That's why I can control the mind through meditation, pranayama, etc. Prana, what do you call laya vinashane, upayarodhane, we saw that. Prana rodhana liyate manaha. So, when you control your breath, you can control the mind. You are able to control it because of what? It is something other than you. The controller is different, controlled is different, isn't it? So, think about it. So, mind is also what? An object. Object means what? Part of world. Part of world means what? Inert. Then intellect. Swamiji, intellect. So intellect is also, do you know your thoughts? Of course, this is my idea, Swamiji. So you own that idea. That means what? It is also known to you. It is again an object. Then, okay, finally what? Ego. Ego is the subject. No. Again, ego is known to you or not? Sometimes. Not always. If you know always, then you are a jnani. But there are some point of time I realize I was egoistic, I was arrogant, I should not have behaved like that. You will have an insight. So, ego is also part of the anatma. So, what is left over? Consciousness. So, atma, anatma, vivechanam. This is how it should be done. Then, so that's why in Adhyasa Bhashya also we saw Sarve Vyavaharaha Adhyasam Puraskritya Bhavanti. Bhashyakara writes that Sarve Vyavaharaha, all our transactions are happening in what? Adhyasa. Adhyasa means what? Ignorance. So, even teaching is adhyasa, okay? Listening also adhyasa. But one good thing is that there is a hope that we will get up. It is something like a dream. A Mahatma is teaching. That is also a dream. And you are listening also. That is also a dream. But what is the hope? When you wake up, both of them will disappear. Tadantara. Tat is equal to deham, dehe, dehani, or not lingam. Naha. Okay. Tadantara, without the abhimana. Bhuvana, abhimana of what? Aham abhimana. Bhuvanam chakastikim. How can the world appear? Without the deha abhimana, where is the world? In deep sleep, where is the world? Before sleeping, you complain so many things, isn't it? But once you have slept, the pillow is not correct and all that, and the temperature is not correct. All the adjustment we make, night lamp also there, everything we make an adjustment. But once you sleep, what happened? You don't know. Whether people are sleeping this way or that way, sleeping, while going to sleep, you sleep straight, but then afterward, what condition you are sleeping, nobody knows. Why? The world is not there. Even the comforter will fall off, isn't it? Some people. Panchakoshatmakam deham, the body consists of panchakoshas. Tatetat panchavidam deham vina. Without that fivefold body, abhimana means what? Anatma abhimana means ahankara abhimana. Keva bhuvanam pashyanti. Oh, who will see the world? Is there anybody to see the world without ahankara? So all our struggles in life are to nourish, pacify, and support this ahankara. And having enjoyed a positive outlook all the time, if Vedanta comes and suddenly asks you to change that attitude, it is difficult both for the teacher and the taught. See, people complain, our Balavihar, the parents are dropping the children and going. Why they are doing that? You try to stop it, put some rules and regulation. Does it work? We have done so many places. It has not worked. Why? Because they are looking for their improvement of ego, which is not here. What is that they want? They are working hard so much, Monday through Friday, even Saturday the people work. And Sunday they come, they don't want to take care of the children, they don't want to cook, they just want to relax. What is the idea of their relaxation? Socializing. That's why they go to temple. Because they drop the child there and the child will play somewhere, in the parking lot or someplace, they will play. And the food is available there, enjoy the food and socializing. People are there, they will keep talking. This facility, if you give here, you will see everybody will be there. Now where you start telling, come to the study group, study, start inquiring, who am I? Who wants to know that? So, here is not our cup of tea. Forget about it. This is the tendency of people, most of them. Everywhere we want to improve our ego, fatten our ego. What is the social status, etc. we are talking about? I want to stand for election and become president of this country. What is that? Fattening the ego. And after becoming president, you think you'll be happier? No, more problems. So, as long as this thought is not there in us, unnecessarily we struggle for nothing. And finally what? Nothing we can take it with us. There will be a lot of protest against this suggestion. So you know what? Take care of your ego. Remove your ego. When you say, there is a lot of protest. You can see that. And even if superficially the student agree with the teacher nodding his head or her head, inside our attempt is the improvement of ahankara. Even the Vedantic study will be converted into another embellishment of ahankara, which will survive, claiming that I have studied Vedanta also. Do you know? All Prasthanatrayi I have studied. Therefore, the teacher's job will be very, very tough. And therefore, he has to relentlessly attack what? The ego. In fact, the job of entire Saddarshanam is only to change this outlook. Just as darkness cannot withstand light, ahankara cannot withstand inquiry. Vicharam na sahate maya. As I was telling you, the meaning of the word ahankara in Vedanta is different from the meaning of the word ahankara used in Dharmashastra. In Dharmashastra, ahankara means pride, vanity, superiority complex, and the absence of ahankara means humility. In Vedantic context, the word ahankara means the individuality. A humble ajnani will have the philosophical ahankara. by which we mean the sense of individuality. So he says, I am humble, isn't it? That means for saying that, he has to accept I. I is what? Ahankara. This ahankara is the I, the individuality born of my identification with Panchakosha. Because of this identification, the localization of the Panchakoshas will become my localization. To say that I am humble is philosophical ahankara, because in this statement I am identifying with that virtue, humility. There is a say, Gurudev used to say, humility is such a virtue, the moment you recognize it, you lose it. Why? Because it is belonging to an Atma, which does not belong to me. This saguna, parichinna, aham is called ahankara. This identification is born of misconception, which is caused by ignorance. Now, ignorance also, you should understand that we are not ignorant people, okay? We are all well-informed people, educated people. We are not talking about that education. Please, this ignorance about my real nature. That is, inquiry alone will remove ajnanam. Ajnanam is the oil which sustains the ahankara flame. You have to dry up the ajnana oil by knowledge. Okay. Shabdati rupam bhuvanam samastam. Shabdadi sattendriya vritti bhasya. Sattendriyanam manaso vashesyat. Manomayam tat bhuvanam vadamaha. Now, this vast, limitless universe is created by God. There is no doubt, right? I have not created the world, nor my father, grandfather, or a union of people, association of people. They are not created. In fact, we are born into this world, isn't it? Each one of us, we are born into this world. So, even our gods are also, they were all born into this world. So, there must be a God who created the world. That we saw, apara shaktihi, kachit prabhu apara shaktihi. Because the person who created, he should be jnani, sarvajnaha, because such a varied, multiple creation. And if you analyze every creation, if you are a botany student, you know, every item in this creation has got a purpose, and it has a science, a vast science. So, even your own body, if you analyze, every part of your body, there is a science. That's why doctors are specializing it now. They specialize. The more they specialize, you can see, even the very eye itself, there are so many specializations. And our tooth also, a lot of specialized areas are there. Some are doing this, some are root canal, another one is simple thing, another orthodontist, all these kind of things are there. And eyes also, retina one is different, general eye doctor is different, cataract is another one. Like this, think about it, take every little piece of it. How vast this knowledge. And each one, that's why our rishis have decided to analyze one single individual. Because that single individual represents the entire creation. The whole creation is within you. So if you want to analyze, if you want to know what is ocean, you don't have to analyze every wave. One wave is enough. The same way here also, Shabdadi. What is this world? Shabdadi Rupam Bhuvanam Samastam. The entire world is what? Nothing but Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Sound, Shabda, is the quality of Akasha. Sparsha, the quality of air. That is why we are given to experience Shabda, we are given ears, pair of ears. Sparsha, to experience that, we are given the quality of air is sparsha. You feel cold, heat, etc. And skin is given. Rupa, form, color, pair of eyes are given. Rasa, water. The quality of water is rasa. Water has no taste, but without water you cannot taste anything. Then, Tadva Shabda Sparsha Ras Rupa Rasa Gandha. Fragrance, smell. All the fragrance you are enjoying, perfumes that you are enjoying is based on earth. Earth means what? The flowers, etc. And look at the natural fragrance of the flowers. It is not sprayed perfume or anything. No. It is natural. You go to a flower valley in Himalayas. Wow, what beauty. One is beauty for the eyes, but the fragrance itself is different fragrance. Malli's fragrance is different. Who put it there? Think about it. And rose flower, not American rose, Indian rose. Rose flower. Different fragrances. And you look at these birds, in the forest, Amazon forest and all that. What a beauty. The color combination. All the interior decorator will learn from there only. What matches with what? With what color matches with what color? This combination, it is given by nature. Bhagavan. Start thinking, it mind-boggling it is. So, what is this world if you start thinking? He says, Shabdadi Rupam Puvanam Samastam. And if you analyze, we discover that the experience universe alone can bind us. The whole world will not bind you. It is sitting there, who cares? But you cannot experience with your eyes, with your senses, the entire world. Not possible. Whatever limited world that you have, you experience, that alone bind you. Then that. all the children are there in the world, you don't get affected. Only your child. And whenever it comes to other children, we have our idea. How many they should be disciplined. But what about you, your child? वो तो ठीक है. So as long as it does not fall within the range of our experience, no problem. It is not the existent universe that disturbs me, but it is the experienced universe that disturbs me. It is that experienced universe which produces raga, dvesha, jealousy, asuya, etc. That alone occupies my mind most of the time, and that alone burdens my mind. If you do not know the person, if he says something, it doesn't matter to you. But if that person is known to you, if he says something, it affects you, isn't it? Unknown person, he is just saying something, the same thing happened with your husband says something. Or your brother-in-law says something. My God. So in Vidyaranya Swami in Panchadashi devotes a chapter, that is chapter 4, Dvita Viveka, to discuss this point. Existent universe is called Ishvara Srishti, and the experienced universe is called Jiva Srishti. That alone gets colored by you, that alone becomes a burden. This experience world is there because of ahankara, the experiencer, pramata. Therefore, ahankara is the basis for the burdensome universe. If ahankara is sat, the experience universe is also sat. If the ahankara is asat, the experience world is asat. If ahankara is mithya, the experience universe is mithya. If ahankara is sattva pradhana, experience universe is sattva pradhana. That is why the wise person sees the world as Nandanavanam, a divine garden. For him, everything is a joy. Why? Because he looks at the world from a different standpoint, from platform. See, our platform today is what? Our body, mind, intellect. You have to shift that platform. It is something like when we stand upon the earth and look at the sun. It's a different dimension, isn't it? Now you go to what you call North Pole. You look at sun. Total different vision, isn't it? Now when they go to moon and look at sun, different. Now they go to Mars. From there look at the sun, different vision. So we have to shift our platform. So our platform right now, it is what? Our mind. From there we look at the world, what happened? Raga, dvesha. I like this, I don't like this. I wish that man is not there in this world. I don't have to get agitated. So what happened? To pravritti, nivritti. We get gravitated towards something that we like it. We get away from what we don't like it. So this is how whole life we spend without addressing the source of problem. What is the source of problem? Our ahankara. Samastam bhuvanam shabdadi rupam. The whole world consists of fivefold objects. Shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandhaha. We are never experiencing substance. That is the point he is making. We are experiencing only what? Shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha. Now what is the substance of that? That we are not thinking. So superficial living all the time. What is the substance? We are never experiencing substance. We are experiencing the attributes only. In fact, we do not know what is the substance, because the sense organs are capable of reporting the attributes only. And only Vedanta teaches us the substance which is Brahman. Is it not? While enjoying a taste, have you ever thought about it? How am I able to experience this taste? You don't. We get lost in that taste, isn't it? This rasagula is getting into my mouth. How beautiful it is. Enjoy. But have you thought about it? How did that rasam, that taste, I am able to experience? See, this one tongue has got all those taste buds, isn't it? And this one tongue is able to taste all different tastes. You don't have to change it, isn't it? Suppose that situation comes. You have to carry what? A bag full of tongues. Like our eyes, the far-sighted and short-sighted, and they have different glasses. You know. Like that, the tongue. Look at this beauty. You start thinking about it. You see, you don't need any entertainment, I tell you. There's all these box office films and all that, nothing. Now, Sattendriyanam manaso vasheshyat. That's what is it. Okay. Shabdadi satta. The existence of the fivefold universe, bhasya, is revealed or proved only through the operation of the five sense organs. So first is Shabdadi Rupam, Shabdasparsha Rupa Rasagandhaha. These are depending upon senses. Okay. Indriya Pravritti, operation of five Indriyas. So that's why Pancha, Pancha, Panchaha. Everything is 5, 5, 5. That's why called Prapancha. Existence of Jagat depend upon the sense organs. For a totally blind person, the segment of colors and forms do not exist. Then these Indriyas are depending upon what? Sattendriyanam manaso vasheshyat. The existence of the sense organ depend upon the mind. Means is under the power of mind. Thus the world and the mind are interconnected. Manaso mayam. Manomayam. Manomayam tat bhuvanam vadamaha. Therefore, Brahmashi says, philosophically the mind and ahankara are synonyms. It can be defined in two different ways. Number one, technically the ahankara is defined as the mind with reflected consciousness. Chidabhasa sahita antakaranam ahankaraha. Okay. Number two, practical definition of ahankara is what? The mind alone is the I sense. Therefore, only when the mind is active, the individuality I is present. This can be proved by Anvaya Vyatireka logic, how in Jagrat and Swapna the mind is functioning fully or partially. In Swapna partially, in waking fully. When the mind is functioning, I have the individuality. Samsara burden is also there. In Sushupti, deep sleep, when the mind is temporarily resolved, the individuality is gone. So when Ahankara dissolves, the world dissolves. That is why the experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi also same. Therefore, we conclude mind and Ahankara are synonyms. So that's why it's a Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bandha Mokshayoho. In Kapila Gita also, in Bhagavatam, Bhagavan talk about it. Mind is the one that binds you. Mind is the one that releases you also. A Mahatma in Rishikesh used to tell me that mind is like a key. Key is one side you turn, it opens. The same key you turn other way, it locks. Mind turn outward, get locked. Mind turn inwards, it releases you. So, Manomayam Tat Bhuvanam Vadamaha. Therefore, we assert that this world is nothing but a product of Ahankara. Now, Ramana Maharshi's analysis is also very interesting. In Upadesa Saram also, we saw that. What is that? Forgot the words. Inquire into the nature of mind. Now we are doing Satdarshan. Now Satdarshan only coming to me, not Udesara. When you directly inquire into the nature of mind, mind disappear into what? Thoughts. And the entire Antakarana is what? Manaha, Buddhi, Ahankaram, Chittam, isn't it? All of them constitute of what? Thoughts. So, what is the whole Antakarana? For functional purpose, you say, this is mind, this is intellect, this is ego, this is Chitta, memories. Memory is also in the form of thought. Mind is also in the form of thought. Intellect is also in the form of thought. Ahankara is also thought. So what is the whole Antakarana? Nothing but thought. So what is thought? Mind. Therefore, that's what Maharshi says. Manasantu kim margane krite naiva manasam marga arjavat vrittayastvaham vrittimashita vrittayo mano vidyaham mana ahamayankuto bhavati chinvata aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Thank you. Got it. Now, coming to the point, what is that? Dhiya sahote didhiyastameti lokastato dhi pratibhasya yesha dhi loka janmat kshayathama purnam sattvastu janma kshayashunyamekam. Since ahankara and the universe are interconnected, and since one proves the existence of the other, both of them arrive simultaneously and dissolve simultaneously. So that's what he's telling. First Anvaya part, Lokaha Udeti. The limiting Jagat arises. Diya saha aham bhavanaya, ahankarena saha, with ahankara. Now, when your world appear to you, the moment you get up, when you get up, what is that? I am. See, Sunday morning you get up, you want to go back to sleep, isn't it? But whereas Monday morning you get up, immediately thought, hey, today is Monday. So I has come. The moment I thought comes, the world also comes up. So diya sahodeti. Diya saha astam eti. Now, astam eti, when the ego dissolves in sleep, the world also dissolves. It is not that one by one it goes. See, have you seen your children, little babies, they sleep? When the mother is worried, he slept without eating. So she is worried. So she wakes up the child and give him food. And sleepy he eats, isn't it? And when he is eating sleepily, then no complaint. The moment he, after eating some mirchi masala goes inside, he wakes up. Then he complains, this is too hot. Why? That aham has come. The moment that awareness comes, then you see the world. Then ragadesha, everything comes. So, then vitirekena, anvaya vitirekena, diya sahastam eti, the world and samsara resolves with ahankara. In Swayam Jyoti Brahmanam, or Brihadaranya Upanishad, moksha and susupti are equated actually. Because in sleep also, the ego dissolves, and moksha also ego dissolves. But one is in jnana, another is in ajnana. That is the only difference. The experience is the same. Tatra mata amata bhavati, pita apita bhavati, lokaha alokaha bhavati, devaha adevaha bhavanti, vedaha aveda bhavanti. Mata is no more mata, pita no more mata, even Veda is no more Veda. Devas also not Devas. Sushupti, deep sleep, is glorified as moksha in Brihadaranya Upanishad. Lakshyartham aham will emerge when the vachyartha aham is displaced. This aham shabda has got one lakshyartha and vachyartha. Vachyartha means literal meaning. Lakshyartha means indicative meaning. What aham shabda? What is the vachyartha? Vachyartha is ego. What is the lakshyartha? Indicative meaning Paramatma, consciousness. So when you say aham brahmasmi, so aham is to be understood as lakshyartha. Now, removal of ahankara is not suicidal. Please don't think that way. Oh, you see, ahankara goes, what will happen to me? That's why moksha also people are worried. My individuality goes, what will happen to me? Who will run the house? Ahankara is a notion. That notion disappears, and then what is the real I manifest. You are not losing anything. What you are losing is the false notion. See, when the snake disappeared, what are we losing? Of course, you say snake is disappeared. There is a rope there. The rope is there. Nothing you are losing. What are you losing? Losing only a notion. That's why in Kaivalya Upanishad it said, Mayyeva sakalam jatam, Mayi sarvam pratishtitam, Mayi sarvam layam yati, Tat brahmadvayam asmi aham. So, ekam sadvastu, the real I is the non-dual, divisionless existence principle and consciousness. Janmakshaya shunyam, which is free from punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, cycle. Jara vyathihi, purnam, free from jara vyathi. From the standpoint of Paramatma, there is no old age, decay, disease, etc. It does not lack purnaha. It does not lack anything. Di loka janmakshaya dhamaha is a substratum in which both the ahankara, jagat are resolved. Now this is also a very beautiful point. Where does our mind rest in sleep? Somewhere it has to go. We don't know where it is going, that's all, but it is going somewhere. And that is why next day morning we are picking up the same mind, isn't it? It is deposited somewhere, and then we are confidently going to sleep also. Why? Because we'll get back tomorrow. So that is that. Where is that? Di loga janmakshaya dhama. What is that dhama? Abode, substratum. Start thinking. Dhiya sahodeti dhiyastameti lokastato dhi pravibhasya eshaha dhi loka janmakshayadhama purnam. So, lokaha, dhi, buddhi, janma, birth, kshayam, mean death, dhama purnam. That dhama is purnaha. Sadvastu janmakshaya shunyamekam. That sadvastu is free from janma or kshaya. That is your swarupa. Why are you getting unnecessarily agitated by this? Creation, world, people, everybody is Paramatma. If this vision is there, you are free from all problems. This is the vision of our Shastras and Saddarshanam. Every verse there is Saddarshanam. Okay. We stop here. Mayyeva sakalam jatam mayi sarvam pratishtitam mayi sarvam layam yati tat brahma advayam asmi aham. In Kaivalya Upanishad, yes. From me alone everything has come. From me alone, in me alone everything is sustained. Is it not? The moment you wake up, world wake up. And as long as you are awake, the world is there. The moment you go to sleep, the world is gone. Everything is pradishthidam in me. Okay, we'll stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you. Saddarshana sadhana